It's Uvalde Radio. Robert McGill here with you. That was Mike Ryan, and one of my favorites, man. I cannot wait to see this one live. The Rewrite. Fun song, good stuff. And you know what? We're all excited about the big show coming up Saturday night. House Pasture Cattle Company in beautiful Concan, Texas. Mike Ryan's in concert, and I've got him with me on the phone right now. Mr. Mike Ryan. What's up?
What's happening, my man? How are you?
Man, I'm excited. First of all, man, Mike, I got to say, I'm a relatively new fan, but I'm a big fan, and I'm excited because you're from San Antonio, and, you know, you're not too far from us, so it's exciting to talk to somebody who's got a big name in Texas country and making a big name nationwide and worldwide that's from kind of close to our zip code, man. So I'm totally stoked to talk to you.
Hell yeah, man. Great to talk to you, too, my friend, and proud to be from San Antonio.
So where are you checking in from right now? I know that since you're kind of a big deal, I know you probably spent some time in Nashville, you know, and San Antonio. So where are you at right now?
I live in Granbury, Texas now, which is up just south of Fort Worth. And yeah, I spend quite a bit of time out in Nashville typically with the quarantine and whatnot. I haven't been able to go, but I'll be back out as soon as they'll let us. And, you know, looking forward to this show at the House Pasture. It's always good for me to get back out into the Real County, Rio area of the world. I grew up in San Antonio. We had a place out in Lakey, so I've been going out to the Frio River all my life. And I don't get to go back nearly as much these days, but we're looking forward to it.
Now, as far as the Mike Ryan band goes, what is tour life for you? Normally, you know, that'd be the summer. You guys would be out on the road, hitting it hard. Has it slowed down? Is it almost nothing? I mean, what's your itinerary looking like right now?
I mean, it hasn't come all the way to a halt. I mean, it did for about 3 months. First time back in April, starting in April, we were completely shut down as a band. I played a couple of acoustic private deals, but the band was done for that time. We played a few shows, 4 or 5 shows, and then since the bars have been shut down, we've been dealing with that as well. We played a couple of shows here and there. We've got a couple shows on the books now, Concan being one of the lucky ones because we're outdoors and we can facilitate some of the new needs for this live music scene these days. Yeah, man, we're playing as much as they'll let us, and taking advantage of the places that will allow us to come and play, and being safe, of course, the whole time. I mean, that's kind of the interesting part. You know, we haven't really had to worry about a thing like this. Like, just showing up is more of a risk than in previous times. So, you know, it's just interesting. But
now, it is the Mike Ryan Band. I think you proudly kind of, wear that. You have a group, whereas a lot of the Texas country artists in particular, they kind of do their own thing, and they can go out there and just kind of play a solo acoustic thing. How is this kind of pandemic and this shutdown affected the group, as far as like you guys, you don't have to worry more about just yourself to make a living, right? There's a group of guys that rely on what Mike Ryan does. Is that working out financially? You guys all okay?
I mean, we're doing what we can, Some of us have taken some other side gigs. Yeah. Like I said, I've played some of those private deals on my own, and I know a lot of the other guys do similar things, what they can anyways, performance-wise, but they're not above manual labor, and, there's other things that they're taking their time to do and make ends meet. It's interesting, difficult, because, they're, for the last several years anyways, at least the guys on my camp, we've all been, playing music. Even before they were playing with me, they were playing with other people as a primary means of survival,
Let's give a shout out to the band members who you're bringing with you down here to Uvalde County this weekend. Who's going to be playing with you? And tell me a little bit about the live show, what we can expect.
All right, so we got old Jerry Reynolds on the fiddle, Chase Francis on the drums. We got Sam Jones on the keys, Riley Lawson on the guitar, and Clayton Edwards on the bass.
And have these guys been rolling with you for a while now, or are any of these guys newer to the band?
For a while. Clayton's our newest guy. He's been with us a few months. He started early this year, late last year. So it's been kind of a whirlwind for him, just because we've only played a handful of shows since we got shut down. But everyone else has been around for a couple of years. Jerry on the fiddle has been with me a long time, 6-7 years maybe. I don't know.
So as far as that live show, what are you excited about as far as getting down here to Concan? Anything special in particular we can expect at the set?
Oh, man. So we've got definitely a couple of new songs that we've had an opportunity to work up. We'll probably throw those in the mix. But, you know, when you keep us pinned up for as long as we have, we've gotten to play a few shows, and they're just like, you know, part of it is just like, you know, trying to keep the wheels on because we hadn't played a show in months, you know, and making sure that we're on our game musically. But then also we're just like kind of so excited to be able to play again. You know, we're having a lot of fun. We typically do that, and we get along well, and I think that translates on stage to our audience. It's just a lot of fun playing live shows.
Right on. Again, we're talking to Mike Ryan. He's performing Saturday at House Pasture Cattle Company down here, Uvalde County in Concan. It's going to be a great show. Tickets are on sale at housepasture.com. I'm sure you can get the tickets at MikeRyanBand.com as well. Now, man, I'm excited because, dude, you've got hits galore, dude. I mean, like all these Texas country #1 tracks. I mean, your last record, Blink You'll Miss It, is just full of hits. I mean, Other Side of the Radio, The Rewrite, like I said earlier, is one of my favorites. Really cool, Damn Good Goodbye, which, man, that was a track that, man, I just couldn't get out of my head for months. And then you've got some brand new stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about the new single, Ghost Town. This is not on a record yet. This is just a single, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's out in the digital world, but other than that, we haven't put it on another compilation project yet. But we've got several songs queued up. We were in the middle of recording our next record. We were supposed to release it at some point this summer, but we hadn't been able to get back in the studio in Nashville to record it all the way. So we've just been kind of sitting on some things for a minute, but you know, we're hopefully going to be getting that finished up soon. So the Ghost Town is the first. Well, it's one of the singles off of it. I guess Dear Country Music was just a single too that we released
yeah,
a few months back. But Ghost Town is one I wrote with Brent Anderson and Neil Medley, and it's kind of an interesting way of writing. I hadn't written it this way before, or really tried writing this way before. It was like I just kind of saw this early morning, smoky kind of dawn scene of an old, like, rundown town from Tombstone or something, like an old Western movie. And as I'm walking through the streets, I'm seeing, like, familiar memories of, like, different places that I've been with an ex, and just these kind of haunting memories. And it was kind of a, you know, just writing the song to describe this movie scene. And it was really cool the way that it turned out. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever done, and I'm pumped to have it out. We wrote it maybe 2 years back, but it's out now, and I'm glad that we're able to share it with the world. It's been played live many times, but glad to have it finally out.
Now, Mike, man, I got to say, one of the things that I find the most fascinating and the most impressive about your music is, I mean, great music, but the lyrics, man, especially the songs that deal with relationships, whether it's The Rewrite, you know, and obviously a bitter breakup, or Other Side of the Radio, we kind of more of a yearning kind of love song, and like I said, Ghost Town. And I mean, you have just this uncanny ability to really, the lyrics really resonate with, I think, many people as far as the way we interact with each other as humans and the relationships, you know, that we all deal with. I mean, what do you think is the key to, or is that just, are you just a poet, man, and it's just, you're cool that way, or how does that work out? How do you do that, man?
Well, first of all, I get by with a little help from my friends. Most of these songs are co-write, but you know, I've just always wanted to be a little bit interesting. Like, you know, I don't want you to have to think too much, because sometimes, like, a lot of those songs just go right over people's heads.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, a little deeper than surface level. You know, just something kind of clever, maybe a familiar phrase, just in a scenario or in a way that you haven't heard it before, you know, so something familiar yet unique, I don't know. And that's just kind of how I try to approach things, and to be as interesting as possible. And with the different writers that I've had the opportunity to work with, I feel like we've come up with some pretty interesting, cool stuff, and I'm really proud of it. I'm lucky to be able to play it every day for a living. But so it's just really, really exciting. I wish that I had a whole brand new batch of songs to throw at you right now. We've got a bunch of them actually that we're going to play at the show on Saturday, but we hadn't been able to polish them up and get them finished up for the finished product yet. So we're just going to have to let them live in the live world for a little while.
Well, one more question, man, before we let you go and we get the new single Ghost Town on. This pandemic, man, I know the world's been crazy. I'm sure it was nothing like you had planned out to be. How have you been living life during this thing? And what's your, I guess, personal situation? I don't want to get too personal, but just tell me what you want to tell me. But I mean, are you married with kids? I mean, have you been homeschooling? I mean, what's the situation been like for Mike Ryan and those he loves?
Yeah, Sarah and I, we've got 2 kids. We live here in Granbury, and so it's been nice having this time with them. Our kids are young, and they are. So MJ will be 3 in December. Miles will be 1 in August. Just not far away, about a month. He'll be 1. So, we've definitely got our hands full. Around the house. They're doing a lot. They're very mobile, and now that we've got 2, it's like kind of zone defense, man on man sometimes.
That's awesome.
But a lot of times, I got things to do around the house, or Sarah does, or I'm gone, or Sarah's gone, and so it's like, both of us are here a lot, but also it's kind of 1-on-2. So they're a handful with just their daily doings. You got to just steer them away from the danger zones and always keep an eye on them and be listening with your ears. Watch them with your ears, if you will. It's great, dude. We've enjoyed the family time. I've been playing some golf, shooting my bow, meeting up with my brothers, and we took a beach trip not too long ago. I mean, we've tried to enjoy our free time as much as possible.
Right.
But I'd much rather be working 3 or 4 days a week.
I didn't realize that you're over here. You're a working 4-piece family man now. How do you expect these young'uns to be affecting your songwriting? Is that something that you see kind of happening right now?
Well, it's definitely affected it in the short term because you can't really. I haven't really found a way to get much done around the house. I don't have like a basement studio or anything. It's just like a 3-bedroom house with 2 kids under 3. So hard to get real work done there. But we're setting up a writer's house over at our shop. So that's kind of my outlet. Normally I've been just traveling back and forth. I go to Nashville every month and spend time out there writing, but that's kind of been taken away over the last 6 months or so. So it definitely gives me plenty to write about. When I've actually got when I'll actually do it, which is coming up here as soon as we get this set up changed. But there's plenty of stuff to write about. These kids, like every day something happens where you're just, I don't know. It's not like you couldn't have predicted it, but they just give you plenty of entertainment. And I don't know, there's plenty of stuff they do that keeps you on your toes. And
I look forward to hearing some of that stuff come through your lyrics, man. That's going to be awesome. Again, we've been talking to Mike Ryan. The big show is this Saturday night. House Pasture Cattle Company in Concan. Get your tickets now at housepasture.com. One quick question before I let you go when we play Ghost Town. We're technically, Concan is Uvalde County. You mentioned roots in Lakey. You ever come through Uvalde proper? We got the big opera house here, and Crossroads of America. You got any memories in Uvalde specifically?
Man, there's been plenty of times where we had to go into Uvalde earlier on before Lakey was wet. We had to come buy our beer out there at the Walmart. So we'd come through there frequently. But the last time I was there was probably I don't know, maybe back in 2010.
Wow. Okay.
Somewhere around that.
Been a minute.
2009. But so it's been a while. Has anything changed out there? Have you been out there that long?
I've been here. I was born and raised here, and I moved to DFW. So I was kind of an Irving suburban, Dallas suburb kid for most of the time. But I've been back here in Uvalde for 3 years now, and it's getting bigger and better. There's more stuff going on. I highly suggest you swing down 35, take the long way, and swing by Uvalde proper and stop by and see us, on the way down here. So.
Man, I'll see if I can find the time. It'd be great to swing back through.
Well, right on. Again, we've been talking to Mike Ryan. Don't miss the show Saturday night at House Pasture. It's going to be a blast. I'm assuming you're going to go on maybe 10:30-ish. That's usually about what they try to shoot for. Is that right?
That's what I've got on my book.
All right. And again, everybody find out more about him at MikeRyanBand.com. The new Ghost Town available to download right now on all the platforms, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everywhere you want it. It's out there.
All right. right, well, we're going to get you ready for the big show. Continue this little Mike Ryan concert warm-up. And this is the new single. It's called Ghost Town. It's Mike Ryan right here on Uvalde Radio. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Good talking to you, buddy.
I see a brunette at a crosswalk on 2nd Avenue. I almost call out, then she turns around. Of course she isn't you. Probably happens 10 times a day. The light turns green, I drive away. I swear I see your car in every parking lot. I hear you laugh, I turn around, turns out it's not. What am I supposed to do? Look what you turned this place into.